for them to challenge us the way they did. It was good for our guys. I mean, it was good for our guys, especially being a young team, to have to sweat it a little bit. I'm not sure if we would have got anything out of beating somebody by 40 or 50 points. I think right now, with the way that we're trying to grow as a team, as many situations that we can be put in as possible, I think is a good thing. It's a team that we wanted to make sure, like a Colorado Christian, when you are playing the Division II NAIA schools, the way they beat you is by making threes, and we did a poor job of that in the first half. Thought we made some adjustments to minimize that, especially with number 13, Adrian Fonte, who was 3 for 4 in the first half. We did a great job of just taking away his attempts, which is what we want to do with guys that can really shoot it like that. But on the offensive end, I thought that 20 assists on 35 made baskets was a step in the right direction. Only 5 turnovers, and coming back home, which I told the guys, you come back home and you played out on the road for 15 days. A lot of times, the times you get beat are the times when you come home after playing 2 or 3 games in a row and you let your guard down, and you relax. And we did that a little bit, but you kind of expect that with a younger team. But they fought through it. The first half, I told them, was on me. Second half was going to be on them, and I thought they did a good job of showing up on the second half and doing what they needed to do. So,
I know one of your concerns coming in a little bit was whether they were tired or not, and you give them Wednesday and Thursday off. Did you see any signs that maybe in the first half that they were tired or no?
No, I think maybe it's you could say tired, but they're still young, and they had enough days off. I mean, they had Wednesday, Thursday off to get their legs back. I just think with a young team, it's a mindset, and that's the biggest thing scouting-wise. We talked about this team was that it's going to be our mindset that dictates the start of this game, and we wanted to be the team that came out and threw the first punch, and we didn't really necessarily do that. Whether that's because of fatigue, I don't know, but that's an excuse. But I thought that we did fight back, and what we did is fatigue. It'll make you make mental mistakes, and I thought in the first half we made some mental mistakes. Second half we did a better job of eliminating those. Yeah.
Anything particularly defensively you did in the second half?
We in the first half, after Infante, number 13, made 3 threes, we adjusted, especially when they moved him to the 5. We started to switch everything. Now coming in, I mean, he's shooting 40% from the 3, but he was feeling pretty comfortable. So we switched the ball screens. So after that point in time, he never got another 3 off. We went zone quite a bit. The zone's actually been pretty good for us. At Arizona, it's something that we're definitely going to be using more going forward, just kind of based off of personnel. And also the other thing that it keeps us out of foul trouble. The way the game's being officiated right now with the freedom of movement, the post play, it really does a good job of keeping you out of foul trouble, which we did at Oklahoma as well in the first half. Keep those guys off the line, minimize free throw attempts. That's a big deal with us.
What will you do this week with the kids have got finals, and I know you've got to be a little sensitive to what's in front of them. I mean, that's there's a lot of, some people say no, but there's pressure during that week. I mean, there's a lot of mental.
Yeah, sometimes you forget about what it's like to be 18 to 22, and with these guys being on the road for pretty much the last 2 weeks, I mean, that's not helping our guys' causes. But my assistant coaches did a great job while we were on the road to make sure we maintained our discipline and focus. Did a lot of study halls, managing the guys that needed to be managed. Fortunately for us, we got some kids that are really good students. But when you miss that much time, sometimes it's hard. But I think we're going to move forward. The guys are going to do a good job in their finals, and we're going to give these guys some rest. Jordan Davis needs some rest. Chaz Galata with his ankle, he's still not at 100%, and then hopefully Jared Davis will be ready to go come Saturday, because Saturday is going to be a game where it's not necessarily about what you're going to. I mean, it's what you've done up until this point to prepare yourself to be able to rebound with a team like Colorado State. It's not going to be about what they do play-wise, because they're not. They're going to run motion, and they're not going to run any sets. They're not going to run any baseline OBs. But what you do know is when that shot goes up, it's going to be a war. Those 3, 4s, and 5s are going to come at you, and that's something that playing them the last 6 years at Boise State and taking pride in being a really good defensive rebounding team. That's kind of what we're built for. But our guys, being a younger team, they don't know the intensity and ferocity that Colorado State's going to come, when that shot goes up come Saturday.
Talk about the quality of minutes that DJ Miles is giving you right now.
Yeah, he's he's a guy that came in with a lot of acclaim. He was the Region 9 South Player of the Year, a guy that won 30 games in junior college last year. He got off to a slow start, with the concussion that kept him out for a month. He really struggled kind of getting back into shape and just kind of getting into the swing of things. But luckily for him, we weren't, it wasn't easy for him, and he's had to battle through some things, but he's had a really good look about him the last couple of weeks, the last probably 10 days. You can tell he's really starting to get in shape. He's starting to understand, because we do play small sometimes, throw him at the 4. He's starting to understand how to get his shots at the 4. And then, on the defensive end, just trying to figure out how to guard 4s. You saw it tonight. They went a little bit at him. He did a better job in the second half of fronting the post. But he's a guy that can, he can make shots. He can stretch the floor. And when you got a guy like Jordan Davis who can get to the rim, the more guys that you have out there that can space, it just makes him that much better as well.